For the Interrobank, I'm Gracia Espinosa, and welcome to a new episode of the Red Couch Podcast Summer Edition. And today, we have a special guest, the first time here in the podcast, Patrick Nichol, Events and Activities Coordinator for Regional and Area Campuses.
That was right. Yeah, area and regional campuses. That's correct. Thanks. You got my long title correct. Good for you.
And I didn't add the dash, blah, blah, blah.
Dash area and regional campuses.
So first time here. How do you feel?
Well, I was gonna say it's Monday morning. We're on a Tuesday coming off the long weekend, so I'm extra tired. But I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
I'm feeling good. What about yourself? How's your weekend?
Oh, it was good, but the feeling that it's Monday morning, you know?
Oh, yeah. But hey, it's a short week, right? Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Basically, I would like to introduce to all our audience, because you are most popular in South Campus, downtown. So, first of all, describe your role, because I said a long position, but I want to know what you are doing here.
So, Gracia, as you said, my title is Events and Activities Coordinator for the area and regional campuses, which means I go around to the different non-main campuses in London and outside of London and put on events. So, South Campus, I'll try and put on an event once or twice a week, depending on the semester. So right now, since we're in summer, I'm only really trying to hit South Campus once a week, right? Make sense? Downtown campus, it's once a week, once every other week, just depending on the amount of students that there are. Then there's also Zed building, which is like just down the street from here. And then the airport campus. So we had our largest influx of students in terms of the summer semester in the months of May and June. So I did events during those months. And then July and August, they really don't need any sort of events. So just because there's not really anyone there, right? So those 2 months, last month and this month, there hasn't been anything. And then on top of that, I also collaborate with Woodstock, Simcoe, and St. Thomas to do whatever events that they're looking to do. But that is going to be changing a little bit come this fall semester. Yeah.
We always, Cami and we always see that you are in and out, in and out, in and out. So, but I can see that you're in St. Thomas, downtown, in all the campuses. But I would like to know if, because we had Cami Arisa, the event coordinator, I think 2 months ago, but I would like to know if the responsibilities are the same like Cami, you have different ones, or?
They're similar. They are similar, but
You can say you're the boss.
I'm not her boss. I am not her boss. We have similar roles, but my roles are I don't want to say more enhanced or anything. I have a few more responsibilities just because here at this campus, we're an entire team. We have an entire office, from a facilities team helping you out to move tables. You have people that are going to book your spaces for you, your variety acts, and whoever it might be that you want to bring in. Whereas at the different campuses, realistically, it's just me. It is just me and my staff for that day, whether it's event ambassadors or our volunteers.
Oh, the Red Squad, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So when it comes down to it, so right now I'm so busy. I'm in the middle of like booking everything, and I'm just kind of getting out of that space of just booking the spaces at the different campuses. So my day-to-day kind of looks like, okay, what event do I want to do? That's my first question. I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. Next, I have to go and book that space. So I'll book the space, and then I need to get approval from our team, so my bosses, and then the campus that I'm trying to book the event, their team. So I'll have to collaborate with them to ensure that the space is free as well, and ensure that we have, like, let's say our tech team. Our tech team also needs to be free depending on what we're trying to do, right? But just because we don't want to overlap, right?
and how you manage or organize everything. I mean, I think you need
With
to
difficulty.
know. Yeah, because I mean, if you have to manage, I mean, the events, organization, the volunteers, ambassador. You have to planify 2 months previously the events, or
I try to book my events before everyone here books their events.
wow.
just so I get first dibs on like the staff and everything. It doesn't work out like that, but I try. It is a collaborative effort though at the end of the day. A lot of our events do take place during the day. Whereas a lot of the events here, that whether they happen in the Outback Shack, Four Wheel Hall, they all happen typically in the evening. It just kind of all depends on the
It
event.
didn't sound that you liked. That in
Well,
the evening.
Well, you don't want to overwork anybody, right? So
Yeah.
let's say I have an event that
Oh.
happens at 11 a.m. and it takes place until 2 p.m., right?
Oh, I see.
And then there's another event that requires setup and tear down and stuff, and that happens here in Forwell Hall. You need someone to set up from 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. Then the event itself runs from 7 p.m. until 10. And then let's say tear down is another hour, another 2 hours. That makes for a really long day for whoever's scheduled at the end of it, or whoever's the coordinator for that department, right?
And at the same time, you are the host of most of the events in this downtown campus and South Campus, right?
Correct. Yeah, we don't hire anybody for those. Like in terms of like, let's say it's a sex toy bingo.
That here we have a crystal quartz. No,
Yeah.
in your case, you are the host.
You've got Patrick Nichol.
How is the experience? Because I know, and I would like that you explain it, because you can do that role because you studied broadcasting, right?
I did study radio broadcasting. Yeah, it's weird. Everything kind of comes full circle. And you're able to use the different skills that you've gained from school into, let's say, my position right now, right? I really wanted to be a radio host, and I don't know, it was really tough not talking to anybody, but like talking to a mic. You're talking to everybody, essentially. You're in the cars, you're in the radios in the kitchen of people's places. You're talking to everybody, but you're talking to no one at the same time. So when when I was doing this, I would typically I'd pop up like my phone and throw open like Facebook and have like a picture of someone like on like the mic stand and pretend like I'm talking to them. Or I would take a sticky note and I just draw a happy face on it. And that would be me talking to that person just to make it feel a little bit more natural. Right? But yeah, no, like that talking and learning how to talk per se and carry on a conversation, that definitely helped me here. Sometimes I ramble a little bit too much, like I'm doing right now, but I know when to stop myself.
No, you're doing very well. I mean, I can notice that the camera loves you. that's a good thing.
Why wouldn't the camera love me? I'm so
because
pretty.
I can feel it. I can feel it when someone is more, perhaps more confident with the camera.
Right,
and
right.
in this case, I can feel it. But you are the host in Sex Toy Bingo, Deal
Correct.
or Not Deal too.
Correct.
But I think that the first time
And Family Feud.
and Family Feud.
And we are potentially going to be introducing some new games.
What?
Yeah, this is like you heard this here first, folks.
I have the exclusive.
Yeah,
I
you
think
do. You do have the exclusive. I haven't told anybody else this, other than the people in our department. Jeopardy, and potentially Minute to Win It.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you are going to be the host too.
Correct.
Oh, but the first time that you were a host, how was that experience? I mean, I think you had to improve your skills. I mean, obviously, it's something naturally in you, but at the same time, you had to improve. You know, from the beginning and until currently.
I was so nervous. I was so nervous just because like I've hosted different types of things before, but to
Like ceremonies, awards, or something like that, or
yes, but like hosting something and like really moving it along forward. Like I was an MC at a few of like weddings before, right? And like that's fun. You have a few drinks in you, and it's like everyone's just having a great time. But trying to do something like that. So I'm gonna say this, sober for the first time, it was really nerve-wracking for me. And then once you do it a few times, you kind of get used to it. But yeah, I was really nervous. And it's not like there were too many students there. It might have just been 20, maybe 15.
Well, perhaps that was good in that moment because, I mean, you were nervous, but if you see that you only have 10 people, okay, relax. It's a small group
Oh yeah,
of
exactly.
students.
No, that's exactly it. And no, I think it's because it was my first event at the downtown campus, and it was also like the downtown campus's first of like deal or no deal, like post-COVID type of thing, right? You don't want to screw anything up. You want to capture your audience and have them coming back for the next event and the event after that and whatnot, right? And now that those campuses are used to having events, it's not just 15 or 20 students coming out. Like typically it's about 40, 50, sometimes it's even 75, right? It just all depends on the event. It all depends on what time of day the event is and what time of the week that event is as well.
Did you have the opportunity to co-host with Cami too, events?
I'm trying to think. I've definitely done one event where I've co-hosted with her where it was like it was a deal or no deal here at Forwell Hall. I think that's it.
What?
We did do a sex toy bingo together actually, just because we were. I just wanted to show her how it was done, and I invited her up. And well, not that I invited her up then and there. We pre-planned it that we were gonna do.
Okay,
this together, yeah.
you did it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, for the next scholar year, then you know that the summer is almost done, so
Right.
it will be a good opportunity to do something with her.
Well, it depends on her schedule too, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like if her schedule allows it where she's free during the day and isn't too busy in the evening, then yeah, we can definitely do something like that.
All the things that you are doing for the students, because when I talk with you for an article that we are going to see, I hope soon, yeah. You say that I always am doing activities and events because the students deserve.
They do.
So how do you ensure that all the students enjoy and at the same time perhaps not the diversity, but everyone is feels comfortable? Yeah.
So it's really difficult to please everybody in terms of events and whatever activity you may be hosting. Not everybody has the exact same timetable, schedule, whatever it may be. So you have to try and spread your events throughout different days of the week, right? So it could be a Monday, right? Maybe some students only have classes on Mondays and Tuesdays. So you try to hit like those first 2 days of the week. But then other students, they don't have any classes, so they're not even going to be at school, right? So then you have to try, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll try this next event, same event. Let's go back to deal or no deal. We'll do a deal or no deal on Monday. Mondays are typically slower, right? But that's okay. That's still okay. Mondays are typically slower. We'll still do Monday for those Monday, Tuesday students, right? Let's say the next month we do another deal or no deal, and we decide to host it on a Wednesday. Wednesdays are typically, it's busy. It's really busy, typically the busiest of any of the days of the week. So we do it at between noon and 2 o'clock. You get 80 students versus, let's say, the 20 students on the Monday. And you have a bunch of different students during that time period. It's just like what is it called? Like a different psychographic of student, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like the demographic is the person, the age, the gender, all
the
of that stuff.
nationalities,
Whereas the
domestic.
psychographic is the, don't tell me, like their traits, right? What they're doing, the type of person they are, right? That makes sense? I'm pretty sure. Marketing 101 with Patrick, Nichol, and Gracia. I can't say your last name. Sorry.
It makes sense.
Dina would be proud, I think.
I always, before, each episode, I always ask, hey, how I can pronounce correctly your name, because sometimes for me it's hard too, so I understand, no worries, don't feel Embarrassed.
You've been here for a year and I can't still pronounce your last name.
Well, you have one more year to learn it.
Thank
My last name.
goodness. Good. Thank goodness.
It's okay. No worries.
But
So,
yeah, no, we try to at the end of the day, we really try to capture those different like students and whatnot. Yeah.
I don't know if you would like to highlight the challenge that you had in your role, coordinating events across multiple campuses.
The talents that I have in my
Well,
role.
The biggest challenge that you had in this role, and at the same time, if you would like to highlight an event that you like, or
Do you mean like, okay, by talent, do you mean like me being talented in like the skills that I have? Like, oh, I'm so punctual. Or do you mean like
No,
talent
perhaps
by
I
like,
didn't
oh,
ask you properly,
we've had
no.
some awesome comedians.
Yeah. No, I would like to know more about your biggest challenge, in this role.
Okay, I got you.
You see, the misunderstood for the pronunciation is not only for you, it's for me too.
Well, not to toot my own horn, but I'm probably the biggest talent when it comes to like sex toy bingo and stuff at the year. No, I'm kidding.
Now I'm curious.
No,
need
it
to
is-
see-
it
I need to
is-
see your sex toy bingo.
It is actually really difficult in terms of getting like different types of talent just because we operate at a smaller scale at the area campuses. We don't have designated event spaces at downtown campus or South Campus, Z building or Y building. At those campuses, we just kind of need to make do with what we have and shift like the student lounges into our event space, right? They aren't made for having a larger scale or even medium scale event. They don't have PA systems that are like hanging from the ceiling or like something that we can plug and hook into. Mind you, like some of that stuff we don't have here, but Outback Shack does have that, right? Where it's like you set up, you plug, you do all this stuff, right? Right? Producers, right? Yeah, look at the nod. Well, they can't.
They say yes.
The audience that's watching this can't see the nod, but I can see the nod, and we can confirm that they are nodding. Right?
I agree.
So, coming back, we don't get those larger talents coming in. We'd love to have Wes Barker or Alex Boyer, who are some amazing magicians,
Next time,
and
musicians.
comedians coming to those campuses, but it just wouldn't work, right? So we have to make do with what we have at those spaces and cater to it, and a lot of those events are typically passive type of events where you can just drop in for, let's say, 2 to 5 minutes, interact with our table, whatever it is that we're doing, and then leave, right? Because that's just the type of students that are going to those campuses. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Okay.
No, but I was thinking that when you describe all the events, for example, I noticed that you try to have the same events in different moments, So if we have like, I don't know right now, but the movie.
Okay.
You always try to have the movie here and
Yeah.
the other campuses, so that's good
Yeah.
because no one is going to lose the event or the
Oh, yeah.
opportunity to
Yeah.
to do that or to participate.
Yeah, that's true.
So
And like on top of that, like we do bring psychics down on over. We'll bring henna artists. We'll bring character artists, glass blowing. We do all of that stuff. At South Campus, we do a little bit more in terms of music as well. They have a parking lot that we're able to use in terms of like outdoor space, right? It's a bigger space. We, whoever our musician is, plugs in. They set up their PA system. We'll do a quick little sound check and kind of go from there.
is the same space that the comedians have to for the show? Because I saw that there are a comedy show or you contract like comedians. So I don't know, is the same space for the musicians or is different one?
It's
or?
not the same space.
Oh,
So
okay.
where you're thinking of, it was actually at the chef's table.
Okay,
at
the
downtown
chef's table.
Yeah, the downtown campus,
okay.
and we're trying more to collaborate with them. So one of my big goals last year was just to get a couple of events in those spaces, so once per semester, and then this year my goal is to get one event per month in that space. So whether or not that happens, fingers crossed. But if I could get 2 events per semester going forward right now, I'd be happy. I'd be really happy.
And for the esports, I mean, I heard that you would like to create another fuel station in other campuses.
Tyler is doing an amazing job growing what esports is at Fanshawe College, and I feel like the goal realistically would be to have an esports or fuel station in each campus.
It makes sense.
At least both in downtown and South Campus, as those are the most populated campuses in terms of area campuses here in London. I think that would be the goal, and I think those students deserve it as well, right? Because even though the fuel station is open from, let's say, 10 to 10, right? I think that, you know, we have an awesome video game program at the downtown campus. Why wouldn't
that program
we?
is there.
Exactly,
it makes sense because Mauricio, the graphic designer, for example, who did a lot of covers for the Interrobank, I have never seen here in this campus because the program
That's
is in
right.
the downtown.
Right? So it only makes sense. Like, why wouldn't we have a fuel station at the downtown campus?
Oh,
Right?
got it. Yeah, no, now it makes sense to have a new fuel station in the downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And you, I mean, now you are involved in the in this esports, but sports, and you organize something for them, or
Not really. That's something I think we're looking more towards for this coming year.
Oh, okay.
What I organize in terms of like sports, it's a collaboration with athletics.
collaboration? Okay.
Yeah, it's a collaboration with the athletics department. So that'll be, let's say, bubble soccer, or it'll be a 3-on-3 soccer tournament, basketball tournament, stuff like that. But our green space is unfortunately being removed by the City of London right now for 2 years just because it's under construction. So for the next 2 years, unfortunately, we won't be able to use that green space and have like our bubble soccer tournaments, our basketball tournaments and all that stuff. But maybe it'll come down to closing off the parking lot in South Campus, getting that approved, and let's say playing cricket, right? Or doing 3-on-3 ball hockey, right? We just kind of have to use what we have to our advantage, and we do have a decent sized parking lot, and we can use that. Maybe it's badminton, right? Just setting up a net and doing that. Maybe it's volleyball, right? Except you won't want anyone diving to get to like volley the ball or whatever.
I'm sad that that Fanshawe didn't do like a proper like our Olympic Games here.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, it's a good idea. The Olympic
I'd
Games
compete.
in Fanshawe. Hey,
compete.
I want to sign the document that I'm going to give you the copyright of my idea, eh?
Fine.
Yeah.
I was a track star back in the day. I used to run relay, 100-meter dash, 200 meters. It was so much fun.
But it will be like, wait. I had an idea. Imagine that
I'd kick your butt.
Yeah. Imagine that one of the games is who is going to it will be like in the classroom that, okay, the sport for today is we have to try to, I don't know, to finish a task, and you have to go to the table of the professor as faster as possible. I don't know. It will be a good idea. I don't know.
Whatever the task, do
Yeah.
the questions have to be correct, or
Yeah.
can they be incorrect?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so I could just circle C for everything and be like, bam,
Yeah.
done,
Boom.
finished.
New record.
Meanwhile, everything's wrong.
It doesn't matter. Most important is you have to run. Yeah, that's the. I mean, for me, it will be the goal.
That would be fun though. Olympics, Fanshawe Olympics.
Yeah.
Staff, just staff, like,
Hey.
or are we including students?
I think we could include students too, of course.
Damn.
Why not? Or you only want the FSU?
Well, I know I do well against staff. Here's the thing. I know I do well against staff. I've got like 10. They've got 10 years under them, or under my belt, whatever that works, right? Yeah, they're 10 years younger for the most part, right? And I don't feel confident against students, whereas staff members, we're around the same age. Maybe they're a little bit older. So.
Well, you could create two Olympic games, two different ones.
And
for
the-
the
and then
staff and for
staff-
the students.
And then staff
The
versus
normal
students.
one for the
Down.
students and the bizarre and weird for the staff.
That's funny. Yeah, we could do that. But yeah, like we were mentioning, when it comes to like athletics and stuff, I'll collaborate with them to get athletic events kind of going at like the different campuses, mainly just South Campus. But other than that, like I'll coordinate the pool tournaments. That's an FSU thing. That's a me thing that I'll do. Anything video game related is typically Tyler and like his esports team.
I don't know if you would like to add something or you would like to do your final thought for this interview.
My final thought.
Yeah.
Ooh. There's gonna be a lot of fun stuff coming up this semester. So, when is this airing? Actually, is this gonna air on time, where like students are gonna be able to see this prior? Right now, it's gonna this week. Look at that. This episode is gonna air this week. This could be promo for orientation week.
It will be, but we will have another guest probably for the orientation. But this is like the preview, the trailer, you know?
The preview of the preview. Okay, well, I'm just gonna let you know that, not to toot my own horn or anything, I've been helping out with what's going on. Well, I've been planning what's going on for like South and downtown campus.
If you don't know, we
But-
have a problem.
But I have been helping out with what is going on here at main campus. Like everything here, it's a collaborative effort. And I'm really looking forward to what we're going to be doing in terms of events. Orientation week, we might have some headphones. We might be doing some discos. We might be having some DJs and stuff. We might be doing some of the karaoke's with a band. We might be closing Dundas Street and doing a full-blown show. We might be doing a barbecue at a couple different campuses. Who knows?
Eva, come on,
I'm giving you the exclusive right here.
Yeah.
you should feel honored.
I
So,
have
yeah.
to pay you for this exclusive?
No.
Not yet.
Then the next week we might have Wes Barker. I don't know. Can't tell you that for certain.
Wow, amazing.
But like, we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up this semester and orientation week especially. Honestly, those are really my final thoughts. Like, the students that are coming this year are going to have an absolute blast. These students that are already students and just returning, they're also going to have a great time. Just be sure to follow our Instagram pages. Get connected with the Fanshawe Student Union if you aren't already. Yeah, we've got tons of activities planned for you.
Thank you so much, Patrick. It
Oh,
was
you're
a
welcome.
pleasure, and now you have to come back.
When?
I don't know. I will let you know.
Okay, sounds good.
For the orientation,
I can do
perhaps
that.
you will like.
I'll be here.
Okay.
If I get a formal invite, I want a
Okay, the formal
letter.
invite is, Patrick, I'm going to give you like the invitation. You know, did it in Canva. You are
In
invited.
Canva?
Yeah, you are invited.
Oh, so you're gonna
in the
create
red-
it in Canva?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Heck
you,
yeah.
You are invited to the first episode of the Red Couch podcast for the fall winter semester.
I love it. Is this also going to be the last episode?
Almost the last episode of the Red Couch podcast summer edition is going to be the next week. But you are the last guest that we have for the summer.
Okay, I'll take that. I like it. I like it.
Now
Well,
you feel more special.
Finish strong with me, and then start strong again with me later. It makes sense.
Okay, so the ending and the beginning with you.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Patrick.
No worries at all. Thank you.
And thank you for listening to another episode of the Red Couch Podcast Summer Edition. You know that you can catch up with every episode on our website or wherever you get your podcast. We have Google, Apple, Spotify, and what few episodes on YouTube channel because you can see these beautiful faces.
I can cross this off my bucket list now. I wanted to do a podcast episode, and now I did.
And subscribe to our newsletter to keep up with Fanshawe for the Interrobank and Gracia Espinosa.